Okay, it's time to get started. If we would, we'll stand, and Jimmy, if you would lead us in prayer, and then we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Dear gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, I just come to you thanking you, Lord, for all the many blessings you give us, Lord. And Lord, I want to thank you for the rain you sent our way, Lord. And Lord, just be with us today if we go through the county's business. Just help us to make the right decisions, Lord, that would be good for the citizens and for the county as a whole. Lord, just go with us now and help us in every decision that we make, and forgive us where we fail. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, it's good to see everybody. It's just about a minute after 9 o'clock, and our number one, public comments or requests for information on non-agenda items in accordance with Section 551.042, Texas Open Meeting Act. Do we have anybody that would like to speak? Okay. Number two, consider and possibly approve maintenance at the rear of the Riddle Street building that will prevent erosion in the absence of rain gutters after the repairs and modification. Does anybody have any suggestions? I went by there this morning and looked at it, and I think all we need is the small wash gravel. I'm not in favor of putting gutters and stuff that's coming off that building, but we need to have something for that to splash on or to stop the erosion back there, because right now there's nothing. But I will say this, I know y'all did a great job back there cleaning that out and eliminating some problems, and we've got the roof fixed, so now we just need something on the ground to slow that water down.
Mike, do we need to go out for bids on it to see what?
We can go out for bids, possibility to get Roger and Philip to look at it and see if we have some material. I think I do it at my shop, so I've got some concrete that can be used. It wouldn't take that long to do it. That's safe.
Yeah, that would save if they've got.
My suggestion is y'all look at it, and we can do it, let's do it. Go ahead and put that, it's broke up, I'm going to say 2 or 3 inch pieces of concrete. It's all concrete, no steel or anything like that, but anyway, we have a splash deal down there, and I think that would save money. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah, I think that's what Keith Kreidler recommended, didn't he?
Yeah.
Putting gravel down there for, yeah.
Gravel, or in this case it'd be concrete.
Yeah.
We may have some small gravel, I don't know. Somebody else might have some. Did you look at that, Roger? You see if we... Okay.
Be a good idea.
You need that in form of a motion.
Since that's in-house, I don't think we have to vote on that unless y'all just want to. Okay. It's in-house, we can take care of it, we have the material, be no cost there, it'd just be manpower getting it done. Okay. Any other discussion on that item? Okay. Number 3, consider and possibly approve bank depository contract with Guaranty Bank and Trust. Carl, have you had a chance to look over that?
I looked these over. I have to recuse myself of doing it because I'm on the board of the bank.
Okay.
They're the only bidder that we had. That kind of surprised me a little bit, but did they give y'all out, on this last meeting, did they give y'all out copies of the proposed rates?
Yes.
The only bid we got, I've got the old ones here to compare to. They're not, under the new one, they're not giving as much of a spread, but everything's tied to the T-bill, so as the T-bill goes up, the interest they're paying goes up. It's just not going up as fast as the new proposal as it did under the old ones. For instance, the interest-bearing accounts, the old one, they were paying us the T-bill rate flat. Whatever the T-bill rate was, it the new one, they give us a T-bill rate minus 0.25%. So if the T-bill rate's 1%, they're going to pay us 0.75%. But it's still going to go up and down as the T-bill rate. Pretty much all of them the same way, the CD rates. They give us a rate for the interest-bearing accounts, which is all of our bank accounts. And they give us the interest rate for different periods of CDs. We have 30-day CD or 90-day CD or 6-month CD. But all of the difference between the floating rate is less than it was, I'm assuming because they're in order to raise the rate environment. So, but it is the only bid we got.
Okay.
And we always have the option of putting money in a tax pool or something else. If the rates go up enough, then we think we're better off putting money somewhere else. We have about $25 million in county money at any one time.
Okay.
But I can hand y'all these out if you want to see them, if y'all don't already have them.
We have them.
If you don't mind, let's do that.
These are the new ones.
I got a new one. We got a last,
Yeah, y'all got the last meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these are the old ones. You want to see what
no.
were?
no, I don't,
Somewhat irrelevant because, they don't get the
I make a motion that we accept it since it's the only one we have.
I'll second
Okay,
that.
I have a motion.
I'll second.
All right, Jimmy seconds that. Al, Mr. Riddle made the motion. Mr. Parker seconded. Let me say this. I know we just got one bid, but everybody had the opportunity to bid it, and they didn't. So I think they took the time and effort to put this in, and we've all had a chance to look at this and consider it. So we do have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay. Carl, do you need this back? Do you need this? I'm going to give this to Miss Carol. Okay, item 4, consider and possibly approve a committee to review a proposed proposal from a potential tenant interested in the WIT building. And I think all of you received this proposal. There is a business that's interested in using that corner building out there if we don't have a use for it. I'd like to appoint a committee, check into this and see if there's any other options or if we need to consider doing this. And I'll appoint Jimmy and Dana if y'all would like to do it. Is that okay? Okay, you'll be appointed to that committee and you can check on it and report back to us at the next court meeting. Okay?
I reckon, but there's only Brian Lee that should be the only expert on the court that is close to real estate business, how the real estate business is, prices, is the judge. And I really believe that I'd feel a lot better if we could have him be one of the committee ones. We gave him permission to look for a tenant, but I read this thing and it's absolutely Greek to me. I don't know whether that's good, bad, or indifferent. And that's his business. I mean, he's very familiar with the real estate, and I think to leave him not on it would be a terrible mistake. I mean, I think he should be involved.
Why don't you let him and Dana do it then?
Just
That's
a
probably
thought.
the best thing, because he does.
The judge and the Dana for that. I'm not sure when we may not be able to meet next meeting on this. He needs to be back, and they have enough time to check into it and investigate what's the best way to go.
You need to have a motion to appoint those two to the committee.
Okay. Okay. All right, we need a motion to appoint Dana and Judge Lee. Commissioner,
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion?
I'll second it.
Got a second to Jimmy. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay. It's done. The judge and Mr. Applewhite will be our committee looking into that. Okay? By the way, I meant to mention this at the first, when we started, was the judge is out of town and he will be back at the next meeting, but and that's one of the reasons I didn't know if we wanted to go ahead or whatever, but Jimmy, I appreciate you doing that. Giving up your spot where those two can do it. Okay? All right, item 5. Presentation by Roger Ledbetter, County Road Engineer, with discussion and possible action to follow regarding equipment need. Roger?
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
I'd like to take a little time just to bring you all up on what the County Road and Bridge Department is currently doing. Right now, we're working on our first mowing cycle. We currently have approximately half of the county mowed. Most of that is in precinct 3 and 4 this time. We should complete the first mowing cycle about mid-June. We're currently trying to keep 2 or 3 side cutters working at all times, clear brush off the county road right of ways. Most of the side cutters are currently working in precinct 3 with brush growth is heaviest. We're also trying to keep both of our excavators running as much as possible, to do cover replacements, resolve other drainage issues such as cleaning out covered ends, ditches, and placing rock riprap covered ends where we have erosion problems. Then we're also using them to make some repairs in the roadway itself. When we finish our first mowing cycle, we plan on starting repairing base barriers in all 4 precincts, which brings us back to the equipment issue. We need the right equipment to fix base barriers so they will stay fixed, and we also need the right equipment to seal coat. Of course, we need to seal coat roads to keep water from penetrating the surface of the roadways. Therefore, I'd like to request that we have an equipment workshop so we can discuss equipment issues in further detail. And since the equipment affects the budget, I don't think this is going to be something we can resolve in, even an hour or so. I think we need to set aside probably 3 or 4 hours because it's going to take some time.
Okay.
So I'd like to set up a equipment workshop, preferably next week if we can.
Okay, does anybody have a date that they might like to do?
Monday's a holiday, so
When will the judge be back? He might
he's
want to.
coming back Friday, isn't he?
No, we won't be back in the office until the 30th.
Oh, he won't be back till the 30th.
That's Monday.
That's Tuesday.
That is, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Tuesday.
yeah, that's right, that's Tuesday. He'll be back in the office on Tuesday.
So would Tuesday be okay? Okay, is that okay?
Sure.
Next Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah,
The 31st?
Okay, it's next.
We couldn't
That's not
meet
the
on
30th.
30th anyway,
No,
because that's a holiday.
I don't think that's right.
29th is a holiday.
29th's a holiday.
I'm
Yeah,
off a day.
Which is Tuesday.
29th is a holiday.
Tuesday will be the 30th.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm a day late, $1 short. The 29th is on a,
Monday.
is a holiday, the 30th is on the Tuesday, and the 31st on the Wednesday. What would be appropriate?
Tuesday,
Y'all.
Tuesday, fine.
Tuesday,
Fine with me, yeah.
Tuesday, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, May the 30th, we'll have a workshop here in Commissioner's Courtroom, and Miss Carolyn, if you would get that posted.
Okay, what time?
What time? 9 o'clock?
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
9 work for everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make that motion.
Got a motion by Jimmy.
Second.
Dana made the motion.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dana.
I'll second.
Commissioner Applewhite made the motion, and Commissioner Parker seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Roger, let me ask you something. Everything going okay?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. We're spending a lot of time working on equipment, so that's kind of slowed us down a little bit, just the weather slowed us down.
I was going to say the weather's been a big factor,
Yeah,
hasn't
the weather's been a big factor. It seems like it rains every week since I've been here.
it? Yeah. Let me tell you, we've been awful blessed. You go back, Fruitvale and Van, and all those places down in there, it could have been a lot worse. And those people are starting to recover a little bit now, so.
We had 3 trees we worked Saturday morning. So,
Okay.
pretty lucky in that situation, it could have been a lot worse.
It could have been worse. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, item 6, approve oral and written reports of county officials.
Thank you, sir.
One thing, when you're talking about the special, $1 million set aside, we never have actually moved that money, so you can see on your cash reports, line number 19, the first page there is a special, there's no money in it, because the money's still all in general county. Actually moved any money. Originally set aside, just $1 million, we used 75,000 back over in precinct 2 for this year. So $925,000, but no money in the precinct. And so it's all, the money that's there is inside general county in the $4 million, $8,600,000 total. We have $4 million in the CD, we have $4,500,000 in the checking account. And that's the money we talked about as part of the fund balance that we said, oh, man, we use special one-time road.
Okay.
So our budget, we never move it, let the court decide when or if it's going to be.
But we could use it in this year's budget.
Yes.
We did it that way, so you could use it.
I make a motion to
Johnny.
approve oral and written report.
I got a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Commissioner Parker makes a motion. Commissioner Applewhite second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay. Consider and possibly approve treasurer's report.
I didn't say use of waste.
Thank you. Thank you.
I make a motion, we,
Okay. Have a motion to approve the treasury report. Do I have a second?
Second. I second it.
Okay, let me get this again. You made the motion.
No, Al.
Al made the motion and you seconded it. Okay. Commissioner Riddle's made the motion to accept the treasury report. Commissioner Applewhite made the motion or second the motion. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay. And Carl, do we have any budget amendments? Okay, we don't have any budget amendments. Number 9, sign pay orders and approve payment.
I make a motion, we pay our bills. I second it.
Got a second? Commissioner Parker made the motion, and Commissioner Applewhite seconded it. All in favor, say aye.
aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay. And closing comments. Mr. Riddle?
None.
Mr. Applewhite?
No.
Mr. Parker?
No, I don't have any.
Okay, I have something I need to discuss and just get y'all's general consensus on this. We did our cleanup this year, and at the end of the cleanup, and the only thing I know to do in the future when we have cleanup weeks and stuff, and I know this is very popular with the people out there because they really enjoy it, having a place to take a bunch of trash. The only problem is we got people putting a lot of old tires in there. And I don't know how many was hauled over here, but this year was unbelievable. We had a stack of old tires that were brought to the central barn. Now we checked with, Terry checked with the guy at Paris that got them last year, and they seem to think there's around 1,500 tires out there. If they're 18 inches or less, it's $2 a tire. And that's, I believe that was the same price as last year. Is that correct? Y'all remember?
I think it was, Mike, but I've got a copy of it in my office, but
Okay.
of what last year's was, but I believe that's what it was on the small.
Okay. Now, the big tractor tires and big truck tires and stuff is $1 an inch. If you have a 20-inch tire, it's $20 for them to recycle that. Now, do you want to go out and look and see if we can find somebody else? I know last time that's the only company we could find.
That's the only one that Philip found last year that would take them. And there might be another place out there somewhere. But,
Okay. We just need a general consensus because we've got a pile of them out there and we need to do something with them. You want to go ahead and let the same company be the same price? I think we've got 19 tires that's over 18 inches. The rest of them, the 1,500 is car, and 18 less. So what's y'all's general consensus on what do you want to do with this?
There's not one recycler will take them that,
I think there's a company in Dallas,
I don't
but I don't think they gave us a price.
Philip took care of that last year and finally found somebody. I know he looked in several places and finally found this one. So I don't know. We might get out there and look and see if we can find another one that was.
And the reason we're getting it done at for $2 a tire is because we take the prisoners out there and they bring in a covered trailer and they put those tires in there. They stack them in there for them. All they got to do is come pick them up, but they'll bring a trailer over and park it and we fill it up. So now let me say this, and I didn't realize Terry was doing this, but he had been, when he changes, like the sheriff's department, the tires out, he puts on $2. So basically, the precincts are paying for, or whoever gets the tires, whether it's sheriff's department or whatever, for disposal of those tires, which makes sense to me that the department should pay it. But I think that's one way. What we can do is to pay for itself, and it's budgeted. It wouldn't be in the budget, but it would be part of the expense of the upkeep of the vehicles. And that way you've got the money to cover for having these. Because if we go somewhere, we're going to have to pay it anyway if we don't have the tires we need here. The old one, if they keep it, it's going to cost, or we can bring it back, put it on our pile, and it's still $2. But I think it's $2. It may be $3. What's the general consensus? What would you like to do? Go out, try to see if we can find another company, or?
I'll personally check there's got to be some more recyclers. I don't know where they might be, but
Well,
I'll look in the bigger some other counties, and I'll call, see if there's something we can do before we.
If you don't mind, I'll point you to check into that and report back to the court.
I'll do it.
Okay? Is that okay with everybody?
Fine.
Okay. And I have one other thing that I wanted to talk about. At 10 o'clock last night, I got a call on County Road 2500. A lady had drove up on the car throwing out a mama dog and 4 puppies. This probably around 9:30 or something like this. My grandson came along and called me, and I have a metal pen. We went and got those dogs and puppies in the sheriff's department. We call the sheriff's department out there. Did get a description of the vehicle. Was a white PT Cruiser Dodge, and that's about all the information they could kind of give us at that time. But anyway, it will be reported. But that really upsets me when somebody does something like this. We've got a pound that we support that's right here in Titus County, and all you got to do if you don't want an animal is to take it to that pound. And it's a shame that people will do something like that, to throw those animals out.
Those pins have been taken away, in case you don't know that.
What?
Those pins and places to put them has been taken away by the city of Mount Pleasant, because they said that the animals were being dumped up there, so they don't want them, but they do want to dump them on the county residents. Maybe you ought to talk to your Mount Pleasant police chief, okay?
Okay. I'll be glad to do that, but I do know that people were taking animals, and sometimes they'd get out there in the morning and there'd be all kind of animals in those pens. So now I think it has this from 9 to 4 or something like this.
It's 10 to 3.
10 to 3. Okay. Well, anyway, we're taking those puppies and the mama dog to the pound this morning. The thing that upsets me is somebody that would take an animal and just throw them out like that. That's.
Or a police chief that's supposed to run the city pound and be nice to animals, and he cuts out the county. You can see where he thinks.
Well, you know, the county can still take animals up there.
Yeah, between 10 and 2
Okay.
on a sunny day, maybe, okay? Yeah, right, I got the story.
Okay. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that to you because I'm seeing more and more of this. We have strays. We had 3 dumped out there at Monticello, and we tried to catch them. We couldn't ever catch them. But anyway, it's a shame when somebody supposed to be a responsible person, if you're grown, I guess, and do something like that. I think it's a shame for something like that to happen. But anyway, I wanted to bring that up, just to let you know that, and I'm probably going to talk to somebody else about that, but we need to let people know we got a pound. You can't, even though it's from 10 to 2, you can take animals up there. There's no excuse for throwing animals out on the road, and that's just my deal. I ask for a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion.
All right. Commissioner Parker makes that a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Got a second from Commissioner Applewhite. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? We're dismissed. Thank everybody for coming. I appreciate you being here.